In 2003, you could buy a base model Jetta Wagon for about $18,000, or adjust for inflation, it's about 30 grand today. For your hard-earned money, you received cutting-edge features: an AM/FM radio with a cassette player and a CD player, a power sunroof, and cruise control, I guess? Now, of course, on this particular Jetta, sunroof doesn't work, the cassette player doesn't work, and the CD player doesn't work, but none of that matters. It's green, huh? Baltic green pearl, to be precise. And I mean, come on, it's a station wagon. That's not even the best part. Behold, the all-important manual transmission. I love this car, but I want to make it even better. So, I'm going to embark on a lengthy, potentially over-ambitious project to turn it into the jack of all trades, the elusive one-size-fits-all vehicle. And I'm going to do all of it, well, most of it, from right here in my front yard. Let's begin. The first problem that I'm going to address with this car is the suspension. And there isn't anything wrong with it per se, but it does handle corners a bit half-heartedly. The amount of body roll that you get in the corners makes it so that you have to slow way down, and this little 2-liter 4-cylinder doesn't really give me a lot of throttle authority coming out of the apex, unless I turn off the AC. Okay, that doesn't really help. But I think that if we can stiffen things up just a bit, it'll make it a lot more fun to go around corners. Now, we have to remember this is supposed to be a jack-of-all-trades car. So we could just casually slap some coilovers on it and call it a day. It certainly would make it nice and stiff in the corners, but it also would probably suck for a long road trip, and it might not make it up a road like this, which would be a problem since I live on it. Enter the Koni Special Actives. These bad boys are apparently able to do it all. They've got what Koni calls frequency selective damping technology. They're like a mechanical active shock. They're supposed to act like a soft shock for bumps and road imperfections, and like a stiff shock in the corners. So hopefully they'll be exactly what I need to liven things up without sacrificing a lot of overall ride quality and comfort. Along with these shocks, we've got new shock mounts, bump stops, steering rack boots, tie rod ends, and lower control arms with poly bushings. We are going to stick with the OEM springs. Got some new ones to put on there, but we're going to keep the ride height about where it is. Not going to have crazy sports car fitment, but it hopefully will make the car a little bit more capable for going over big bumps and things like that. Lastly, we've got some BBS RX2 wheels. The RX2s were fitted to the Wolfsburg Edition Mk4 Jetta, which was sedan only, and therefore, funnily enough, made in Mexico, not Wolfsburg, Germany. The Mk4 Jetta Wagons, on the other hand, were made in Germany, so I think it's only fitting that we give old Elton here some Wolfsburg wheels, and I think they look pretty sick on the car too. So we'll go ahead tomorrow, get the car up, start putting parts on it, and see how it goes. All right, it's time to get started. I'm gonna get the car up on some jack stands and see what I can accomplish. I've got about 6 hours today, a little bit of a late start on it, so I'm very slow, so we'll see what all I can get done in that time. All right. Control arm. This. That was bad. Now I just have to figure out how to get this ball joint off. All right, we got it. That hopefully will be the most difficult part of this. But anyway, the tie rod, got new boots for it, new string rack boots, but I don't have the hose clamps. We're gonna have to go get those. Before we do, I'm gonna see if I can get this new control arm in. Has these lovely poly bushings in it, so I'm gonna try to get this in here. Hopefully it won't be too much of a pain. So, I had to go to Lowe's and get some hose clamps. The steering rack boot didn't come with any, so I had to go get some. But unfortunately, Lowe's is the worst, and I had to get cable ties for the small side of it because the only hose clamps they had that were small were either too small or too large. So we will use cable ties for the time being, and we may revisit that and try to secure it more properly in the future. But the next thing is going to be removing this. As per usual, I'll be flying by the seat of my pants. I don't understand, man. What I'm supposed to do. Oh, thank God. Yes, that's correct. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Okay, almost there.